center off to Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot, far down, he scores!
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him! Wow! Edwards pulls up and buries the play!
Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Daniels takes his shot for Derby!
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? So, hey, again, welcome into Monday's Victory Mondays edition of Pitchfork Lunch. You know that. I am Michael Caratanudo at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys know. Check out us live there every Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, you guys know that you can check it out on my wonderful and awesome IG as well at michael.caratanudo.5. Yes, you can check it out there. I know I remind you every day. Also, YouTube guys, you can go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Watch live. Watch live on YouTube, but subscribe to the channel as well. Real quick, if you hear the noise and the music in the background, this is why we are getting a running start to the show ish. I've been running, so a running start to the show, but it is the student athletes graduation here at Mullet Arena. Got to catch up with some student athletes real quick, and also Graham Sweeney, athletic director, Kenny Dillingham, football coach, and Sun Devil softball champion and alum, Jackie Vasquez Loppin. But Jackie Vasquez, yes, her name is on the Sun Devil building, Farrington Stadium, the revamped the donation that her and her husband made. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it's one of those things where, but she's here. She's actually the keynote speaker to the graduation, which is, again, going on in the background here at Mullett Arena. But, I had to bring you the show and I had to get the stuff in. And like the great Jonathan Moxon once said, I am only one man. Jonathan Moxon's only one man. And a soda, and a real soda, not an adult soda. If you can hit me up in the comments if you know what line that movie is from. Jonathan Moxon's only one man. That would be the line. But yes, here at Mullett Arena, graduation going on. So if you hear stuff, you hear applause. And of course, they're applauding for Pitchfork Lunch. I mean, it's all about Sun Devil Nation. It's about them. So yes, that is absolutely awesome. Softball is back in regionals, my friend. Sorry, I was looking at a note. I know I've gotten better at that, but that was just the brain fart. Anyway, softball back in regionals, back in the postseason. Kenzie Brown, the just ace, phenomenal pitcher. We actually got to catch up with her because she is getting her degree. I got to catch up with her. A bunch of us did, so that's very, very awesome. I will have. We'll see if we get to that today, but we'll see. But again, a lot of these graduates we've talked to are going to get to this week because it's awesome. It's obviously always relevant because it's Forks Up Sun Devils. But anyway, so yes, but YouTube, go to YouTube, watch live. When you're there, subscribe to the channel and everything you have missed, the con reviews you have missed, the ones in the past you've missed from season 1, season 2 as well now. Coaches, players, voices, analysts, alum, all there on YouTube for you to just, again, binge watch and enjoy. But go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratonino. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Also, you guys know, for those of you that are watching, you can let your friends know that they can always listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the greatest internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. We are all around the world, all around the globe on the Casual Sports Radio Network. Again, all you got to do is go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up, click listen live, hit play, bam, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. There is Pitchfork Lunch, so Forks up to that. Yeah, so absolute Forks up to that. So you can listen live. And again, you're going to meet your friends for lunch. You can drive around and listen. I want you, of course, to listen. I want you to watch. But again, you're Sun Devils. You're smart. Don't watch and drive. Pay attention to the road. And like I said, since you are smart Sun Devils, you will do that. But pay attention to the road. You're driving around. You get to where you want to go. Hey, you can still listen, or you can watch on the other avenues. But like I said, you can stream it through your Bluetooth. Just go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up. Click listen live. Hit play. Bam. There's Pitchfork Lunch. Going for it. Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. And don't forget, when you're there, guys, also subscribe to the KSRN socials, because you want somebody that's got you hooked up and covered with the Suns, the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, the Mercury. Casual E has you hooked up. Casual E has he's got the pulse of these teams, and he will let you know. So again, you want great coverage. Obviously, Cardinals minicamp, Diamondbacks, obviously coming off a wonderful NL West weekend series against the Dodgers. The Suns, yes, not in the playoffs, so that always is a bummer. And like I said, the Mercury preseason, they got their preseason going. It is a pseudo, it's a very different look team. Yes, no Goats, no Diana Taurasi, retirement, Brittany Griner in Atlanta. But Alyssa Thomas is here. Obviously, Kalia Copper's back from last year. Sophie Cunningham is actually gone. I mean, but it's for Coach Tibbetts, it's going to be very, very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. So yeah, he has got you covered. So go to the KSRN Casual Sports Radio Network, www.ksrnaz.com. Follow the socials too. Monday through Friday, Pitchfork Lunch. We got Sun Devil content all over there because that's what Casual E wanted. He wanted to grow that way, and he knows it's better than that school down south. So everybody wins, right? Pitchfork Lunchers, we all win. So, but nonetheless, a fun weekend in Sun Devil country as the baseball team, as you guys know. Well, you might not know, but they took 2 out of 3 from Houston. They did drop the first game and then just absolutely crush Houston the next 2 games. You want to talk about an offense getting into a rhythm, and obviously pitching as well, getting into a rhythm. And we'll hear from Easton Barrett. Easton Barrett, Landon Harrison, and was Chance DeQuilla, who he battled back, and I haven't talked about that enough, but I remember I mentioned it back in the fall, or late fall, early spring, actually, when we were out there. Chance DeQuilla, but he battled back and he got on the mound. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So baseball, 2 out of 3 from Baylor. And West Virginia, my friends, dropped 2 out of 3 to K-State. Abolishing, but they dropped 2 out of 3. So the Devils, I mean, literally these last 3 games, because that's who West Virginia plays. They play Kansas. If Kansas were to somehow sweep West Virginia and ASU sweeps Oklahoma State, Big 12 champs, regular season Big 12 champs. Again, still work to do. Got a game against Grand Canyon tomorrow, so let's not get too crazy. Let's not get too crazy. But Grand Canyon, but that last series in Oklahoma State and the Big 12 tournament in Arlington at the Rangers' wonderful stadium. So that is, again, very, very awesome. They're headed there, but also headed to postseason, guys. And I said it right off the top before we got into everything. Softball got the first round win in the Big 12 over Oklahoma State, and then in the semifinals against Texas Tech. Wow. It was a semifinals against Texas Tech. It was absolutely crazy because they did not. It was Texas Tech scored a lot of runs. Kizzy Brown didn't pitch, but again, even though she didn't pitch, like they've had good pitching all year, Texas Tech, their bats were just, I mean, literally, it was like they were on fire. They were absolutely on fire, and I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know what to tell you. It was they crushed them. But we are headed to the regionals, and my only bummer is if they would have beaten Texas Tech, which again, taking a long. Had they beaten Texas Tech and got to the championship game, felt they may have been hosting a regional, but they're not going far from home, which is good. They are headed to LA. Crazy thing is, they would have had to win it, but that team down south gets to host the Tucson Regional. And they have Santa Clara, and GCU's got to be happy because they don't have to go too far either. So it's so we'll get to that in a second. That's the Los Angeles Regional. Obviously, number 9, UCLA. They're number 9 UCLA. Is hosting, so a little familiarity. It's been a minute, but still a little familiarity with that field for quite a few of these players. But UCLA, and then UCSB, ASU, and then ASU takes on San Diego State Friday. So yeah, ASU takes on San Diego State Friday, guys. Absolutely awesome. Very stoked about that. And you got to recall a few years back, and it was 2022. Actually, they took on San Diego State when they hosted the regional here in the Tempe Regional. But the Devils, so it'll be May 16th is Friday. So we have at 10. Oh, so it'll be at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. You see your ASU will be taking on at San Diego State. The 4:30 game locally, UCLA will open up the LA regional, obviously taking on UC Santa Barbara. So like, obviously San Diego State, a little bit triple up the I-5 to LA for that, and UC Santa Barbara. But ASU, again, not too bad of a flight. So again, not too bad. Very stoked about it, and interested to see. I mean, you gotta it is double elimination though, so anybody that drops the first game is elimination bracket. The 2 teams that fell in the first round, which to me will be San Diego State and whoever else, either UCLA or UC Santa Barbara, taking on each other, and then ASU will take on the winner. But yes, double elimination tournament. But ASU forks up, man. Coach Bartlett, this team, I mean, these, young team, but the vets, I mean, a perfect mix. And again, like I said, we heard from Kenzie Brown. Just got to catch up with her again, talking more so about graduation and stuff, but obviously talking about the season. But yeah, so stoked for this softball, guys. I mean, talked about it all year. I mean, it went back to, it was reflecting with her on the BYU game. 18 strikeouts in the game. She's got 265, I said, for the year. Yeah, but 265. 265 sounds right. So let's see. Yep, 265 strikeouts to just 63 walks. So she has 202 more. She's plus 202, guys and gals. I know you'll appreciate that's to overstate the obvious, being very appreciative. That's phenomenal. Her opponent's batting average is down to 167. She's got a .99 WHIP, under 1, but a 1.29 ERA to this point. And she is 19-6 on the season, with 4 saves as well, and she's thrown 4 shutouts. So, yeah, guys, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal what she has done this year. But again, the hitting too as well. They're freshmen, they're young, but again, the calmness. And again, we're going to hear from Jackie Vasquez in Yeah, Jackie Vasquez lapping. Her and her husband donated again. You see her name all over Farrington's on it's the Jackie Vasquez Softball Center, as it should be. A 2008 champion, talking about her time, like the facilities. Again, not that they were the worst, but like, man, if they would have had, like a players' lounge and lockers and coaches' offices in there, it just makes it better for obviously the players, but the coaches, recruiting, everything, and giving back, and what ASU made her. And again, I'm gonna let her tell you, but like, it's just awesome. And she is a keynote speaker for the athletics graduation. So yes, but I'm gonna step aside real quick, guys. When we do get back, we are going to hear from baseball. Yesterday, again, they won 13-1 in 7. They dropped Friday night, but then won Saturday and Sunday in big fashion, and that is just absolutely awesome. But yeah, we'll hear from Easton Barrett. Had a hell of a start. He got the start. Man, just again, it was another mulligan start, but the team, again, that is mantra, and we'll hear from Coach Bloomquist as well. So nonetheless, I'm going to step aside. When we get back, we will have more Pitchfork Lunch on a Victory Monday. Softball headed to regionals, LA regionals, which, hey, if they win it, there possibly could be a super regional here. Oh, wait, because I can tell you. Well, no, I'll tell you that first. We'll take a break, and I'll be back. Softball headed to regionals in LA. Baseball, Grand Canyon, and then close out against Oklahoma State. Track and field getting ready. Women's golf Friday. We'll start nationals. Yeah, it's phenomenal here in Sun Devil country. But we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Connery.
Bird gang. I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those listening on the Casual Sports Radio Network, are listening on the greatest internet radio station on the web. I am Michael Carasino at Diablo001X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. You can also check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carasino.5, YouTube at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. And Casual Sports Radio Network, my friends, www.ksrnaz.com. So forks up to all listening there. Again, hit me up in the comments. Anything you might think of that I missed, any questions you might have. Hey, always feel free to hit me up during the show, after the show, whatever, before the show, whatever. Hit me up. But yes, we're going to get right to it. So yesterday, baseball, like I said, they did get the series win, 2-1 series win over Houston, who again they should have dominated. And you look at the Big 12 standings, and they are crashing it. But yes, they lost 6-5 on Friday, had a chance to win it, but then dominated Saturday 13-3, dominated yesterday 13-1 in 7 innings on Saturday. In the Saturdays in the Big 12, there is no run rule. So yes, all 9 innings will be played as per Big 12 agreement. But yes, 26 runs in 2 days only, and 26-4. They outscored Houston in those last 2 games. Yeah, outscored them 31-10 if you think about it. But yeah, to drop Friday night's game. But nonetheless, they take 2 out of 3 from Houston. And when we look at the Big 12 standings, West Virginia guys 19-6, and like I said, they dropped 2 of 3. They dropped 2 of 3 to hold on, I will tell you because it's gonna drive me nuts. They dropped 2 of 3 Oh, to K-State. I was right. It was K-State. So they lost 8-7 in Manhattan on Friday. They won Saturday 10-3, but then they lost 14-9 yesterday. So they dropped 2 of 3, right? So they have Kansas, but at home in Morgantown this weekend. They close out their obviously that's their last regular season conference. So they have Kansas, who again is still fighting because Kansas. I mean, it is a bummer because even if Kansas sweeps them, they would be West Virginia would be 19-9, and Kansas would be 20-10. ASU, like I said, has Oklahoma State, who's 12-12, 500, and 24-22 overall. So huge series in Stillwater, and ASU has they're 18-9. So West Virginia's 19-6 in the Big 12 overall. ASU's 34-18. West Virginia's 40-10. West Virginia's 40-10 overall. ASU's 34-18. But so say Kansas were to sweep them, right? Because this is where it gets crazy. Say Kansas sweeps them and they finish 19-9, right? If the Devils sweep Oklahoma State, tough task on the road, tough task, and a tough ask on the road, but talented deep team. Talk about it, guys. I'm not going to talk out of both sides of my mouth saying, oh, well, it's on the road. If they were to sweep Oklahoma State, they would finish 21-9, which means they would win the Big 12 regular season title outright. Now, if West Virginia wins 1 of 3 and they go 20-8, I don't know. Well, they would have 1 less loss, so I don't know how that. I'd have to look at tiebreaker. I will get back to you on that one. I will ask around on that. But again, sweep by ASU. If ASU sweeps, they go 21-9. Oh yeah, no, they go 20. Yeah, they go 21-9, and they would have 1 more win. So because in West Virginia, say they just took 1, right? So they took 1 of 3. They would be 20-8. ASU would be 21-9. So ASU would have 1 more win, but West Virginia would have 1 less loss. Anyway, but Kansas is thinking 17-10. They're like, wow, if we sweep them, we'd be 20-10. They'd be 19-9. And if ASU, because ASU did take 2 of 3 from Kansas, so that tiebreaker, yeah, we'll get you crazy to look up. But nonetheless, that's where they're at. So, but yes, let's hear from, Landon Hairston, Chance Tequila, and Easton Barrett, who again started the game, pitched a hell of a game for the Devils. But here they are after yesterday's awesome 13-1 beatdown of Houston to win the series 2-1.
Some work in getting pitched to.
Oh, it felt good, man. I couldn't do it without these guys. I couldn't do it without all the other players in the locker room.
What's kind of been some of that support that you got? I mean, I saw a lot of guys coming up to you, even after you want everybody coming up to you, giving you a hug. What's kind of some of that support meant to you?
Oh, it means a lot, man. They know what I've been through, and come back like that after 2 surgeries, it's good.
Easton, I mean, for you, this is the 3rd straight Sunday that you've gotten the start. What's kind of that adjustment been for you? And then obviously over those 3 starts, you've only had 2 runs. So what's been working for you? And then, how have you adjusted to being the starter every Sunday?
It's been good. The last couple starts, I kind of been more pitching to contact instead of just pitching to blow by everyone. Getting weak contact, fly balls, ground balls. I got a lot of that, so I think that's been a huge adjustment for me instead of, trying to strike a guy out on a 0-0 count. It's like it's not going to work, so you just take what you get and you get the lazy results. So.
And Easton, coaches talked about all year long about obviously, bouncing back, whether, offense, defense, but like to give it that home run and then after that, it just seems seemingly for you. I know Coach kind of said one time it's almost like a mulligan, but after the home run, just what was working for you?
I just told myself to settle in, like bad pitch, you got a good swing off, like tip your cap and just go to work from there,
How were you feeling walking out to a standing ovation like that? Did your day?
It was pretty cool. You know, I got to taste myself a little bit. It was cool. I had my family there, like my friends, so everyone supported me and my teammates. You know, it was pretty cool. It was awesome.
Easton, 5.1 innings for you. I believe that's a career high. What allowed you to go so long today?
I got ahead in the accounts. I didn't throw too many balls. My pitches were working. Yeah, that's all I got.
Kind of for anybody, how was the pregame celebration with the mom, having everybody throw out the first pitch and then kind of having that moment together with your mom and then winning on Mother's Day all together?
Yeah.
My mom wasn't here.
Oh, sorry. It was good. That was the first time my parents came out since opening weekend, so it was real good to see them.
It was great to have my mom throw it to me and bring me back to the old days, so that was pretty cool.
And then for any of you guys, I think now that puts you guys second in the conference. West Virginia lost today, so you're only 2 games behind first. I mean, was there an expectation coming into the season that being the new conference that you guys would be, a top 1 or 2, 3 team in the conference at this point in the season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about it a lot before the season. Our expectations are through the roof this year. I mean, we didn't come into the conference kind of guessing where we'd be at. We wanted to be at the top the whole way. So seeing us close to the top, we're not there yet, but still working on it.
Landon, 3 for 3 today. What worked well?
Just seeing the ball well. I mean, the guys had some good sink, good sliders. Just kind of being ready for the fastball and adjusting off speed, and that's what they preached all year. And felt like today I kind of settled in. It was a bit rough the first 2 games of the series, but saw the ball pretty well today.
And Lyndon, I know I mentioned obviously bouncing back before, but I mean, Willie's talked about that. Like some games offensively earlier in the season wasn't, great. The pitching's, doing well, but this last portion of the schedule that you guys have played up to this point, how do you feel that, I mean, even if you have lost, it really, I mean, it rolls off your guys' shoulders right away and you're just able to respond like you have the last 2 days?
Yeah, having that trust in your teammates, knowing that the next day, if we have a bad day before, we're going to flush it and move on to the next one. And that's been kind of the growing pains of the season early on. It felt like when we lost, it was kind of getting down on ourselves and not believing in ourselves. But once we started rolling a little bit, trusting the offense, trusting the pitching, we all kind of came together and started playing for each other, and that's kind of been a big difference.
7 of 9 ASU starters recorded an RBI. What does it mean to have the entire team come together, show that depth?
It's been huge. Just having the consistency every day through the lineup. That's kind of been what we've been striving to get to throughout the year. We've kind of had our bumps in the road, but having that consistency is key to having a good team.
Awesome. Thank you. Coach, how are some of the pregame celebrations with the moms? I don't know if you know all the parents, but kind of maybe getting to meet them and see all that with the first pitch.
That was, something that was neat for the players to experience with their moms. I didn't involve myself too much in that because I wanted that to be their moment. But great to have the support of the moms on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful women out there that make this world go round, and are the rocks of the family. They're you guys are awesome. So, but it was great to have our players' moms out and supporting them today and having a moment on the field. That was pretty cool.
Coach, yesterday you talked about there being too many walks for your liking. Only one walk today. What improved from yesterday to today?
Sun came up today, different day. So different arms that pounded the strike zone and threw a lot of strikes. You know, it was a much better outing, much better performance, and you know, keeps the tempo of the game going much better for our offensive guys when we're pounding the zone and getting contact. You know, early the way Easton was and forcing barrels to move through the zone, keeping our defense on their toes. He threw the ball really well.
And for Easton Barrett, now his third straight Sunday start today, career high in innings. What's worked well for him so far through these 3 starts, and then what did you see from him today that had him reach his career high in innings?
Just pounding the strike zone, mixing speeds in the zone. You know, forcing the bats to move, I think, is the biggest thing for him. So he attacked the strike zone and worked ahead and did a great job.
And then for Chance to get kind of an outing today, to be able to see him pitch through all that he's went through, what was that moment like, and did he know in advance that he was going to come in and pitch today?
Well, we've been trying to find the right opportunity to bring him in, and there wasn't too many dry eyes in the dugout. You know, when he took the mound, that was Jeremy Ricardo. I know it was emotional. I was emotional. You know, it's just one of those things that you're pulling so hard for a kid that's been through so much, and just to come back and step foot on the rubber again. You know, it was a neat moment. And today was a perfect day to do it. We had the opportunity to do it. We were in good shape, and you know, he's been throwing the ball pretty well in simulated games and live ABs, and we wanted to see if we can get him an opportunity to get in there. He's worked so dang hard to get back, and you know, for our offense to come through and get us a nice lead and give him an opportunity to come in and toe the rubber, man. Just a really emotional, cool day for him and for all of us, really, because I think every one of his teammates was pulling for him, obviously. Guys down in the bullpen, you know, called down and said, hey, can we all come down to the dugout when Chance takes the rubber, because we all want to be down there. I think that's a tribute to a leader, a kid that is just loved in that clubhouse by everybody, and everyone knows what he's been through in this clubhouse, and for him to, again, to get that opportunity was just really a special moment.
What's his leadership been like this season?
Off the charts. I mean, a guy that you know, anybody lesser would have cashed in the chips long ago and said, okay, I'm not going to make it back, but he just continues to grind, and the attitude he continues to grind with is what's really impressive. He's always positive, keeping guys upbeat, keeping the clubhouse going. He just is, and a lot of the freshmen, I think, and younger guys look up at him and be like, man, if there's a guy that could cash in the chips and be complaining and bitching about stuff, it's him. leader is about, and just keeps his chin up, works hard, doesn't come down.
Coach, how are some of the pregame celebrations with moms? I don't know if you know all the parents, but kind of maybe getting to meet them and see all that with the first pitch.
That was, something that was neat for the players to experience with their on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful women out there that make this world go round, and are the rocks of the family. They're you guys are awesome. So, but it was great to have our players' moms out and supporting them today and having a moment on the field. That was pretty cool.
Coach, yesterday you talked about there being too many walks for your liking. Only one walk today. What improved from yesterday to today?
Sun came up today, different day. So different arms that pounded the strike zone and threw a lot of strikes. It was a much better outing, much better performance, and keeps the tempo of the game going much better for our offensive guys when we're pounding the zone and getting contact. Early the way Easton was, and forcing barrels to move through the zone, keeping our defense on their toes. He threw the ball really well.
And for Easton Barrett, now his third straight Sunday start today at career high in innings. What's worked well for him so far through these 3 starts, and then what did you see from him today that had him reach his career high in innings?
Pounding the strike zone, mixing speed in the zone, forcing the bats to move, I think is the biggest thing for him. So he attacked the strike zone and worked ahead and did a great job.
And then for Chance to get kind of an outing today, to be able to see him pitch through all that he's went through, what was that moment like, and did he know in advance that he was going to come in and pitch today?
Well, we've been trying to find the right opportunity to bring him in, and there wasn't too many dry eyes in the dugout. When he took the mound, that was Jeremy Ricardo. I know it was emotional. I was emotional. It's just one of those things that you're pulling so hard for a kid that's been through so much, and just to come back and step foot on the rubber again. It was a neat moment. And today was a perfect day to do it. We had the opportunity to do it. We were in good shape, and he's been throwing the ball pretty well in simulated games and live ABs, and we wanted to see if we can, for our offense to come through and get us a nice lead and give him an opportunity to come in and throw the rubber man. Just a really emotional, cool day for him and for all of us, really, because I think every one of his teammates was pulling for him, obviously. Guys down in the bullpen, called down and said, hey, can we all come down to the dugout when Chance takes the rubber, because we all want to be down there. I think that's a tribute to a leader, a kid that is just loved in that clubhouse by everybody, and everyone knows what he's been through in this clubhouse, and for him to get that opportunity was just really a special moment.
What's his leadership been like this season?
Off the charts. I mean, a guy that anybody lesser would have cashed in the chips long ago and said, okay, I'm not going to make it back, but he just continues to grind, and the attitude he continues to grind with is what's really impressive. He's always positive, keeping guys upbeat, keeping the clubhouse going. He just is, and a lot of the freshmen, I think, and younger guys look up at him and be like, man, if there's a guy that could cash in the chips and be complaining and bitching about stuff, it's him. But instead, he's what a true leader is about, and just keeps his chin up, works hard, doesn't complain about not getting on the mound, understands the situation, and just keeps a great attitude and keeps the clubhouse going. So again, I don't think there was all 39 guys in there were pulling for him, and that was pretty cool.
And Coach, when you talk about bouncing back, I mean, obviously losing games of the series, but then coming back and winning series. And just to kind of tie that into Easton's performance, he gives up the home run, bounces back, and then the defense is there. But that message that you've kind of been sending, I mean, I know you probably feel that it's sunk in with them, but what does it say just about their grit and their grind to be able to bounce back like this?
Well, it's a tribute to those guys in there. I mean, we preach it, but they got to take it to heart and put it into play. And they do. I mentioned you don't like to get in the habit of having to respond to adversity all the time, but these guys certainly have. When things get thrown at their way, they bounce back. Now the message is, can we just be consistent where we don't have to respond to that adversity all the time? Coming down the stretch here, it's every game's important always, but if things get thrown at us that are negative, we are able to bounce back. We've proven that time and time again, and that's a tribute to their resiliency and their mindset. Now let's just not have any more, those type of, major letdowns where we have to bounce back from. And if we can just continue to ride the positive train, all the way through these last 4 games, that'd be helpful. Helpful for me, I know that much. But bottom line, we know if we hit a speed bump, we're capable of bouncing back. We've done it all year, so that's a great quality to have. And it's not going to be smooth sailing. The rest of this year, we are going to have things we have to bounce back from. And the way they've shown that they're able to do it, pleased with it. So we know we have that in our back pocket if necessary.
You talked about how anybody in this conference can beat anybody. Well, this weekend, Arizona dropped their series to Utah, West Virginia lost to Kansas State. I mean, outside of one back-to-back weekend, the play and conference play has been really well throughout the season. I think second in the conference now. Just how impressed have you been with the consistent play throughout the conference, that there hasn't really been a long stretch of bad performances? It's always one bad weekend, then you bounce back immediately.
I think tribute again to the guys in there, the leadership in the clubhouse, where you don't let the snowball effect turn into a avalanche. You just stop it right there, and okay, we address what we needed to address. We had a tough weekend. Again, not to drag it back up again, but tough weekend at Cincinnati where we easily could have swept that series, but we lost 2, late, and then we lost a tough one to Purdue, and a lesser team folds after that. But we were able to stop the bleeding and come back and regroup and get back on it. So again, sign of a great team. There's not too many teams that go through a whole season without having some type of speed bump or adversity. They got to bounce back, at least the good ones. You're going to have to bounce back from something. And these guys have taken what I've said to heart, and what the coaching staff has said to them to heart, and they've bounced back and been playing with a pretty good chip on their shoulder the last month plus. So hopefully we can keep that.
And there he is, Willie Bloomquist, after you heard from Landon Hairston, Chance Tequila, and Easton Barrett. Pardon me. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, again, just, and like I said, the mulligan before it took the break and the sound there from the guys, but yeah, I mean, he gives up the home run, but pitching to contact, but then some few decent contact, but at the same time, like nothing crazy. I mean, you look at it, Houston had they scored 1 run, but they only had 3 hits. Sprinkled 3 hits over 7 innings, and they got their 1 in the first. It was the home run. Xavier Perez homer to left center on the first pitch he saw. And after that, Easton Barrett said, "You know what? I got something for you." Because Easton Barrett's line, guys, 5 1/3. You gave him 3 hits and 1 run. It was earned, but 3 Ks, no walks. He threw 73 pitches, and I want to say 49 more strikes. I think I put that yesterday. 49 more strikes. So, it's I mean, a hell of an outing on Sunday. He got the win. He's 4-2 now. Josh Butler went 2/3 of an inning, 0s for him, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks, but got the outs. Got the 2 outs he needed. And then Chance Aquila came in for a third of an inning, no hits. He did walk a guy, but got the next batter to fly out. And then Cole Carlone shut it down, 2/3 of an inning, all zeros for him. But he did no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 Ks, no walks. So 5-1 yesterday, 5 Ks to just 1 walk. But yeah, I mean, guys, offensively too. I mean, you look at it; they were 15 for 30. They hit 500 yesterday as a team. 8 of 9. Yeah, 8 of 9 had RBIs. Jax Ryan, a little bit of a tough day. He did draw a walk, but he was 0 for 2 with a walk. But yeah, 8 of 9 all had at least 1 RBI. 7 of 9, pardon me. Jacob Tobias scored a run, and he was 2 for 4. Had a heck of a day, did Toby. Matt King was 1 for 4. Can you say Isaiah Jackson in Fuego? 7 of the last 9 games, he has now homered in. 7 of the last 9, he's homered in. Isaiah Jackson was 2 for 3 yesterday, with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. It was phenomenal. So he was Isaiah Jackson again hit another dinger. Brandon Compton hit a dinger. He was 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored as well. And I mean, when you look at batting averages now, guys, real quick. We're going to get out of here on this because tomorrow we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. We're going to hear Jackie Vasquez. We're going to hear some of the graduates we get to catch up to. We'll hear Jackie Vasquez Lappin again, softball champion from 2008. The teacher was on 2018, but graduate and donated, giving back, loves being here. We're going to hear all this. Good, Graham again. Didn't want to rush it today. Kind of a fast running start. So, anywho, but you look at batting averages. I mean, Matt King 384, Kyle Walker 363, Landon Harrison now also at 363, Kean Fu at the 356, Isaiah Jackson over 300, 311, Jacob Tobias 307, New Contradas. He's out for the season. We'll talk about that more tomorrow too. 304, 278 for Brandon Compton, who does have 8 home runs, and Isaiah Jackson now leads the team with 13. Josiah Cromwell is 1 behind him at 12. So again, this team, guys, exciting, and what they're doing, the mental part of the game, stuff that Coach talks about, just talking to Coach, getting to be around Coach Bloomquist after games and stuff like that, and even before, like it's just, you can feel it. It is awesome. And I gotta say though, you could look in the mirror and say Coach Bartlett too. Coach Bartlett, I mean, is done with this team, and again, a phenomenal player as she was, but gracious enough to always have her on the show, and we will get players on the show. We will get players on the show, I promise. It just might be after regionals, after they win their regional. That's what we're doing. After they win their regional, let's go. But even so, but yes, that is that. So tomorrow will be very exciting. We'll have all that. We'll talk more softball. We'll talk more golf. Obviously, men's golf getting underway today too. I have updates from that. So yes, we will be partying tomorrow on Pitchfork Lunch. As we party every day. But you guys have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Do not forget that. Have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And as the women's volleyball team, as the reigning Big 12 champ women's volleyball team, always reminds me of #OurState. And you guys know it. As always, Forks out.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Bubba will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's away. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
For a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards.